That's right. You hear the boys. You hear Walter. You hear Dennis. We're back, and overtime's back for week 5 of the high school football season. Corey.
Yeah.
It's week 5. We're feeling the energy.
I know, that's for
But
sure.
this week was actually week 1 for some schools.
Yeah, that's right, Elioff. The 6A schools are back, baby. You know the vibes.
That's right.
Man, just look at us, man. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought?
Oh, not me, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
not us.
So let's take a look at our game of the week. And for that, our
Game of the week.
Fast pace. Midland Lee couldn't have been more excited to get on the field for their first regular season game. Amarillo High came to town, and the game just started off very fast for both teams. Midland Lee scored on their first 2 drives of the game, while Amarillo High scored on its first drive. Now, we've got lots of big plays for you for both teams, so why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of those highlights. It's 6A football, Midland Lee taking on Amarillo High. We'll start with the Rebels on their first drive. Mikey Serrano, he's got all the time in the world. He's looking. He finds his man, Michael Valles, for the easy score, and Midland Lee is up early. 2 plays later, we have Amarillo High with the football. Joseph Counterman swings it out wide to Davin Lemons, and he's going all the way up the sideline, 70 yards for the touchdown, and we've got a tie ball game. But that wouldn't be the only score for Lemons. Counterman finds him again for 68 yards through the air and another touchdown for Amarillo. But the Rebels' Macklin Young punches it in from about the 6-yard line. Loses the football, but it doesn't matter. The Rebels score again, this time putting them up 30-16. At half, it's 30-19 Rebels. Let's hear from Coach Hartman after the game. I'm here with Midland Lee head coach Clint Hartman after a hard-fought victory over Amarillo High. And Coach, I mean, you kind of started off the first half incredibly fast, but things kind of slowed down in that third quarter, the start of the second half. How did you and your offense have to adjust to Amarillo's style of play then?
You know what I think what happens, we jumped out on them and then we kind of got relaxed. And I think it's a good teaching moment that you sit there and you better play every play like it's your last. They were going to stop the run early, and then so we threw it early, and then all of a sudden they widened those guys out a little bit, and we said, well, we got, you know, McConnell Young rushed for 150 and Shamar over 100, and of course Tristan Merrill, you know, so we got players, we just got to keep getting them the ball.
The second half was all about answering the call for Midland Lee. Every time Amarillo seemed to close the gap or even potentially take the game over, Lee would respond with a touchdown drive of their own to extend the lead. Now the Rebels move on to 1-0 on this young season after beating a very tough Amarillo High School team 56-40. Live from Grande Stadium, Jonathan Polasic, News West 9.
Thank you, Jonathan. We'll see a lot of touchdowns from the Rebels this year. Isn't that right, Corey?
Yeah, that's for sure. Especially with Mikey Serrano at quarterback. That's a bad boy, man. But defense wins championships. And Permian showed they had a pretty tough one last night. Now, I'm going to show you this first play, and you may think, what are you talking about, Corey? But I promise you, they just kind of started off slow, all right? They just had to get the first game jitters out, of course. Abilene Cooper's Aiden Thompson passes to a wide-open Brian Spotwood for a quick 6. Cougars lead 7-0. Now, next possession, Thompson's pass, well, it's going to go right over the fingertips of Bryce Woody into the hands of Alejandro Martinez. And look at that shoulder there. Good shoulder work. If you were hoping Martinez gets caught, I'm sorry to disappoint you, he doesn't. Abilene extends the lead 14-0. Now, Permian on their next possession, Harper Terry hands the ball off to Tristan Johnson, who scores the first Permian touchdown of 2020. Panthers trail 14-6. And I told y'all, all right, the defense just had to get the jitters out. Amarian Garrett comes up with a pick 6 to shorten the Cougar lead. Permian would actually score another defensive touchdown on their way to a 47-35 victory.
Now moving on to Midland Christian, where they faced a ranked Wall squad. First quarter now, Chris Brazel would find the end zone easy. They'd go for 2 and make it 8-0. But you know what? Brazel, you know, he wasn't done yet. He would catch the deep ball for his second TD of the night. Ooh, that was pretty.
Wow.
Man, and he deserves a little celebration for that TD. And the Wall Hawks would be able to score just before halftime, but they'd find themselves running into a wall the rest of the game. Big time upset, love to see it. Midland Christian 40, Wall 6. Midland Christian showing up big.
Yeah,
I don't want to speak too soon, but they look good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's not too soon. You saw it tonight. All right, week 1, I get it. You know, don't want to be too early with the suggestions, but they looking nice. You know what I'm saying? They looking nice.
We'll leave it at that.
But even though we got to see Midland Christian, we didn't get to see Midland High, though, because they were on the road. But guess what? We still got to see how they prepared for two-a-days, as we got to see some ways they got ready for COVID camp.
That's right.
Ready, set, go.
Man, it feels great. It feels great to be coaching football again and watching kids play and getting back to normal. You know, our kids have practiced a lot of times since June 8th.
I think since all that time that we've had since June 8th to now, like we've improved like our focus, our discipline, like paying attention to detail, a lot of hitting, a lot of progression. For us, I feel like ever since we put on pads that we've progressed.
We still got a lot of work to do, but we're challenging our players right now just to get a little bit better every single day. You know, we've played against each other so long, I'm not sure where we are as a team, but we're about to find out.
Mainly our defense, we've improved a lot. Our toughness, like I guess we hang our hats on our toughness and our discipline, like you were saying.
I want to see great effort. You know, I just told them, you know, effort overcomes mistakes. You're going to make some mistakes. It's been a long time since we've played against somebody else, so I know there's going to be some things we have to work through.
Like all the time that we've been practicing since June 8th, it's like from there to then it's been a lot of work. We've put in a lot of work. I think we've earned the right to play as long as everybody who's been practicing that long. So I think we'll surprise a lot of people on pads.
Build a legacy. This is our 100th year to play football at Midland High School. But what we're doing is we're challenging our players to be the start of the next 100 years. And this is a tough game. It's not for everybody. It takes a really tough person to do that. And I'm really proud of our kids for the work that they've put in. And now it's time to get paid for that work. Don't make us watch that film with softball's riders. Now,
The Dogs putting in work.
Yeah.
You got to love it, but they did get the loss. You don't love to see that, but we'll see you after the break.
Wake up with us weekdays at 5 a.m.
We're here staying connected with the latest news and headlines first at 4.
Stay informed weekdays at 5 p.m.
Giving you up-to-date information with the latest in weather 7 days a week.
We're covering the stories you care about weekdays at 6.
We're breaking down the top stories and being your trusted source for news on News West 9 at 10.
Man, did you see that guy at the end of that promo?
No, I
with
didn't.
the blue
I didn't
suit?
see that guy. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, he was a good looking, man. He's a good looking dude.
Welcome back to overtime. I'm going to keep ignoring him. Corey, let's ramp up the pace a little bit, though.
All right, yeah, let's get it. We got a 4A battle with Fort Stockton hosting PECOS. Now, the Panthers are looking for their second win, while the Eagles, well, they try to go above 500. And my guy, Abel Velasquez, must have stretched before the game because he was showing off some wheels here on the opening kickoff, as you see here. 1, 2, 3 Panthers try to chase him down, but Ellie, I already know what they say. You got to be quicker than that. Velasquez gets PECOS an early 7-0 lead, but the Panthers are back on the prowl as Dominique Aguilar keeps the ball. You know, he trips up a little bit, but he stays on his feet and then somehow finds the end zone. That ties the game 7 apiece. But it wouldn't stay that way for long as Eli Sandoval pitches the ball to Ezekiel Saldana, and he takes it all the way. PECOS leads 14-7 after this touchdown, and they would actually win this game 28-21.
All right, now moving on, it's Buena Vista with already 3 wins on the season, trying to hand Klondike their first loss. But unfortunately, they started off turnover on downs for the Longhorns, and Klondike takes it for a 30-yard touchdown, making it 8-0. And once again, Buena Vista turning over the ball, and Klondike's pitch for a 15-yard touchdown is true. And right now, we're seeing Stanton, not Buena Vista, but that's all right. Anyway, Buena Vista lost that one 50-0, unfortunately, to Klondike.
Yeah, and well, Stanton, they had a pretty good game. Watch this hit here by Jacob Hensley. Ooh! See how he runs a little bit? He rolls over. Hey, that's what you call a hit, baby. Stanton would actually win this game 50-0.
All right, now, let's take a look. Before we get into top play, this is your chance to get the family together. Everyone get nice and comfortable. We're going to read off some scores. So let's take a look at some scoreboards right now from around the basin. All right, starting off with Wink versus Meyer. Wink still ranked 52-22 wins it.
They're undefeated still.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And now Big Spring, not as much. Unfortunately, lost 48-12 there.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Big Spring. Their first loss of the season. Going to the next scoreboard here. What we got? Midland High, like we mentioned earlier, they took the L for their first game of the season to Ryder, 42-13. But you know who keeps winning, Elliot? Borden County, man.
Look at that.
46-0. You gotta love it, as they only have one loss on their record from this season.
Big time. Let's see the next one. Seminole getting that first win as well.
Finally.
51-40 over Muleshoe. And Monaghan's another big win, much needed win for the Lobos, 29-8.
I think that's their first win as well, Monahan.
Actually, you might be right on that. Yes, sir. All right, and now we got another one, Corey.
Yeah, Crane, and shout out to my boy Donnie Bishop Jr., 31-21 as they defeat Denver City. And McCamey put the wax in on San Angelo. Cole, you gotta love it, 41-7.
All right, and I think that's it. That's all we got for the scoreboards. But now, it's time for top plays. Before we jump in, let's explain how you can get involved.
Yeah, we're about to show you 3 of our favorite plays from this week. Well, tonight, that is. Then we're going to post these plays to Twitter, and that's when y'all come in, all right? Go to our Twitter page and vote on what do you think should be our big-time play.
Simple enough. Let's do it. All right, top plays of the week. Our first play comes out of Andrews, where this Mustang trotted right over his defender for the first down. Come on, let's see it again. Great timing. He sees it from a mile away. He knows what he's going to do.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Launches himself.
Yeah, leap and first down.
And next we got Evan Cox out of Stanton. He gets the 50-yard touchdown rumble. And like we saw earlier, watch this. Chill out. Get off me. You're not fast enough. Like that there from Evan.
Low-key disrespect right there, but here we go. Amarian Garrett comes up with a pick and whoa, keeps his balance to run it back for the score. So it's up to you folks at home to see which one is going to win big time play.
Yeah, and remember, you have to vote if you want your team to win. So please do that. Just head to News West 9 Sports on Twitter, and we'll reveal the winner on Tuesday.
Yeah, the power's in your hands, so no complaints.
Yeah.
No complaints if you don't like it.
Yeah, for sure. Don't call our phone, all right?
Right.
We're not picking up.
That's right. And if you weren't able to catch your team's highlights, you can head to newswest9.com to see them, plus scores, interviews, a whole lot more, maybe these whatever faces. And remember, we love y'all.
I'm a 10 guy.
He's a 10 guy. For Corey Mose, I'm Eliav Gabai. We want y'all to have a great weekend.